Oh, God. I'd like to reconvene the full board meeting. Our equalization meeting was called on April 14th. We recessed until this meeting, so I'm going to reconvene our meeting from April 14th. Madam Clerk, roll call.
The board is now open for roll call. Commissioners Clementi, Colleen, and Knizik have requested an excuse. You have a quorum present.
Thank you. Next item, please.
Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
Everyone, please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation. Thank you so much. Next item,
Invocation.
if we could all silently pray. I'm going to do the Lord's Prayer, but you can just silently pray. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the Father, the glory forever. Amen. Thank you. Next item,
Reading, correcting, and approval of the journal.
Vice Chair Baydun.
Move for approval. Support.
Moved and supported. Any corrections to the journal? Hearing none, please vote.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Next item,
Report from the chair.
nothing today. Next item,
We're moving to page 2 of the agenda, unfinished business. There is none listed. We're moving to offering of all petitions, ordinances, resolutions, and presentations. There are none listed. We're going to reports from committees. Report A is from the Committee on Economic Development. There are 8 items listed on pages 2 and 3 of the agenda.
okay, thank you. For those who are new to the Wayne County Commission, we operate in committees, and all of the items before us today have been vetted at the committee level. So at this time, I'd like to call on Commissioner Anderson for the Economic Development Report.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair. The Committee on Economic Development met, and there were 4 receive and file items and 2 action items, and we'd recommend approval.
Okay, moved by Commissioner Anderson. Is there support? Support by Commissioner Scott. Discussion, Commissioner Kinlock. Microphone.
Yes, Madam Chair, I'd just like to ask, as relates to council, is this the report that that item is found up under?
That's no.
Oh, no. Okay.
Government operations.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Peterson Mayberry.
Your mic, Commissioner.
Thank you. Apologies. To the chair, I'd like to be the maker of the motion for item number 8.
Absolutely.
Thank
We
you.
know.
Commissioner Dobb.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to be a no on item number 8.
Duly noted.
Any further discussion, questions on the Economic Development Report? Commissioner Garza.
Yeah, I'd like to be a no on item 8 as well. Thank you.
Duly noted.
Thank you. Please vote.
Commissioner.
I'm sorry. Commissioner
I'd
Marecki.
like to be a no on 8 as well.
Duly noted.
Please vote.
Okay. Motion carries. I have Commissioner Peterson Mayberry as the maker of the motion on number 8. The noes on item number 8 are Commissioner Dobb, Commissioner Garza, and Commissioner Morecki.
You're yes? Okay. Commissioner Scott's a yes. Next item.
We're moving to Report B from the Committee on Public Services. There are 7 items listed on pages 3 through 6 of the agenda.
Commissioner Morecki?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to move the items for approval.
Moved by Commissioner Morecki. Is there support? Supported by Commissioner Dobb. Discussion, Commissioner Baker McCormick.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Is there someone to talk to item number 1?
Item number 1. Jazz on the River Concert Series.
Good morning, Michelle Yancey, DPS admin. I believe our Director of Parks is online. If not, I can answer your question.
Parks Director, are you online? Do you have a particular
You don't see
question,
Erica?
Commissioner?
So they're not online. Okay.
They're not.
Okay, yes.
All
ma'am.
right. Thank you, Madam Chair. So the increase from 450 to 750, is there like a itemized cost adjustment as to why we're increasing it from for, that amount, 350?
Right, it's 150 a year. That's the same price that we occurred for the first several years prior. And that is the cost that it costs this company to do our Jazz Fest and similar events.
This indicates it's an increase from 450 to 750.
For an additional 2 years.
Oh, it's a 2-year term. Okay.
Yes.
I see. Thank you. That's all I wanted to clarify.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any additional questions on the Public Services Report? Any questions? Hearing none, please vote. Yes. Mr. Wilson?
Yes, Madam Chair. On item number 7, is there anyone that cared to address the commission? JT Towing? Anyone here? And my specific question is that I recall at the last subcommittee meeting that was conducted last week, there was some discussion about the parent low bidder versus the low bidder versus items. There were 12 qualifying items, I think, and Gauss and Sons allegedly bid lowest on 8 of the 12, I believe, was the discussion. So just for the collective commission here, please respond.
Good morning, Angelia Miller, Division Director of Equipment.
Aaron Wagner, Procurement Director.
And I'll actually turn that question over through the chair, Commissioner, I'll turn that question over to our Procurement Director.
Yes, through the chair, there was a discussion on 2 solicitations. One was the current one that the contract before you would be a result of the award. Then there was a solicitation in ITB that went out a few years ago. And in that discussion, there was an item that JT Towing did not put a price in. And when the bid tabulation was scored, it showed that, they were not charging us for a particular service, but it was, and this is again, the prior contract tabulated that, they were not bidding on that section. So there wasn't a clear, concise understanding of it. That has been rectified for this solicitation. And so, those services have been accounted for, and the bid tabulation is correct and appropriate at this point.
And if I could follow up, Mr. Director Wagner, uh, at the end of the day, this was, in my estimation, was somewhat messy. There was supposed to be boilerplate language. I think you alluded to that at the subcommittee meeting. Subsequent to that, that mentioning, there was no boilerplate language. And you sort of corrected that because I think you said you misspoke at the meeting. So at that time, we were all under the impression that the boilerplate language was inherent in the IFB, but it wasn't. So I guess what I'm saying here is that language is very important, as we all know. You talk about contracts, when you use words, it's very, very critical to the meaning and the intent of a contract. Where permissible, where applicable, where reasonable, where necessary. Those are categorized as weasel words. They give people a way to get out of a contract or to kind of soften the intent of the contract if it's contrary to what they're trying to do. So having said that, apparent low bidder, how do we get that underscored or highlighted in the actual language if they're the low bidder and not apparent low bidder? And I understand there's a lot of nuances here, but this is very important to me as a commissioner. And I'm sure my fellow commissioner here want to make sure that when we approve something that is actually, we're approving actually what the contract calls for or what it says in terms of provisions. So go ahead, sir. I'm sorry.
So you are correct. I misspoke on language that was in as it related to bid protests. So the procurement ordinance as under section 120-73 spells out the process for bid protests. Wayne County's current templates do not include instructions currently on how bid protests are handled, although it is in the ordinance. That is not unique, and that is a practice that for over a decade has been happening. It's not to say that there's a deficiency in the solicitations that have been sent out. Oakland County, Macomb County, and Kent County also do not include that language in their solicitation documents. However, looking to best practices, we should have reference in it, and that's something that, working with the administration, we are going to rectify moving forward. So there'll be links to the procurement ordinance that will take care of it. Now, that being said, it doesn't mean there was a material deficiency because that speaks just to the protest division. So I want to kind of parcel it out. The second piece, as it relates to the language on the apparent low bidder, at the time that a bid solicitation is open for an invitation to bid, and again, an invitation to bid is very different than a request for proposal in that once the bid's closed, there is a public opening of all of the bids. And at the time those bids are opened, we create what is a bid tab. And so that bid tab takes all of the bids that were entered into BidNet Direct, which is the public solicitation platform that we utilize, State of Michigan does. It's that bid tab then is validated, the evaluation credits are added. And so, that's where that language that says the apparent low bidder, right? And so once we go through the scoring and the low bidder is determined, that's when the award's made. But the determination talks to going through, making sure evaluation credits are applied, making sure that the pricing is apples to apples. That's the only evaluation that goes through this. There is no evaluation on the quality of the services because it is driven strictly by price. So if you meet the minimum qualifications that are set forth and you're the lowest bidder, that's how the bid is determined and awarded.
Okay, well, I appreciate that extensive explanation. And my final question is, if I'm already the low bidder or the apparent low bidder in this case, I still submit a 10% discount if I'm the only vendor, and then I'm going to give you another 3%. If I submit the invoice and within 30 days it's paid, you got another 3% discount. So I got 13% on top of being the lowest bidder. Is that, I mean, is that standard? I'm already the lowest bidder, but I'm gonna give you another 13% if I'm the only bidder. So that sort of kicks the other guys out. I think there were 4 in total, correct?
There were 4 total. The scoring sheet allowed for, had a section that would allow for additional discounts for early payments. So if we, instead of paying it 45 days, paid within 30 days, the county could receive another 3% credit. There was a section that in 5.2, I believe, of the solicitation document that also allows for bidders to include additional discounts that are to the county's benefit. And so from this perspective, you know, we aren't dictating any additional discounts, but the county is definitely benefiting. And it is in the county's best interest that, hey, if we pay early, we get a monetary discount. And if we make an award, instead of splitting it, but we were to make an award for all of the business, we would also glean another 10%. And so from that perspective, you know, that is a significant amount of money. 13% on a couple $1 million contract is no small feat. You know, and then again, it is based also on the usage of it. So every tow, we would get that potential 13%, not on the aggregate of the dollar amount. So we may have, you know, if in a perfect world, we wouldn't need the heavy equipment towing, but you know, our machinery wouldn't have any issues. We wouldn't have to have it towed back. We can't control to a degree how, you know, how and when we use it, but you know, the monetary amount is an estimate over the 3-year period, how much we're going to spend. And so it's, you know, we set a marketplace or a market basket to try and understand, you know, what the costs will be. And so that's based on estimates of usage.
Okay. Well, there was a protest obviously submitted by the second group. Do you have any commentary on the protest, the allegations, I guess?
Yes.
In brevity.
I have responded to the protest. A copy of that was sent to Corporation Counsel. The protest was denied, and
it was denied? Okay, I didn't know. I didn't have any knowledge of that.
Commissioners, please use your speak apparatus if you can, so I can see who's up next. I think Commissioner Garza.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. Just have a question about the invitation for bid itself. So I've dealt with a lot of towing issues over the last 12 years, and I have questions as to the line items themselves. Looking at the estimated quantity for each of the line items, I noticed that for many years, this particular invitation for bid has not changed much when it comes to those line items. My question is, are we working with the departments directly in order to ensure that the quantity estimates are actually reflecting of what the true usage is of the department for these particular line items when we're putting together these invitations for bid? Because I noticed that they're always the same, but ultimately we have data that shows what exactly is used and what exactly the needs of the department are. So I want to have you speak to that if you would.
Through the chair, as the department reaches out to procurement with these solicitations, part of the building of the solicitation was validate the scoring rubrics, the matrices, and the established matrix that we utilize is vetted and approved by the department. And so before we publish and go out, we have conversations with DPS to ensure that this is, meets the spec, meets the need, and that, we are covering services appropriately.
Madam Chair, just one more item on that. I'm fine with this today. I just want to make sure that in the future, we're looking at these and being very particular, because I see a lot of round numbers, 400 quantity, 900 quantity. I think we really, in order to have the fairest contracts be bid out, we have to look at what the historical data is and put those in our invitation to bid, because I feel like that gives the county the best bang for their buck and also gives us the most responsible bidders. So I want to make sure that happens and that we're working more closely with departments to ensure that we're getting true quantities that reflect the work that's been done in the past. Thank you.
Thank you. Additional discussion, please raise your hand. Was anyone else over here? No? Okay. Commissioner Becky McCormick?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Retroactivity, when did this become retro? And why?
Through the chair, this contract is not retroactive. This one is services will begin upon commission approval.
Okay, but it indicates that it's
It
retro.
isn't, it is retroactive, I'm sorry. No. Oh, it is, okay. I misspeak or misspoke. What was the start date on this one?
Through the chair, this is a retroactive contract, and the original contract ended in October of 2025. However, there still was a overflow of outstanding invoices that still needed to be paid from the conversion of JD Edwards over to Oracle. And it's to my understanding, those invoices had to be paid, and an amendment was actually submitted as well.
No, there was an amendment.
Sorry, Michelle Yancey, DPS admin. There was an amendment to the JT contract that ended January 31st. This one started right after that, so we wouldn't have any disruption in service if one of our vehicles were down and we needed it towed. We have not paid any invoices until this contract is approved by commission. However, the contract did start.
I guess with all of for me, with all of the back and forth that we've been going with the bidding process, and it seems to me that it was already deemed like we're going with this company because of the retro. I mean, it's like we were going to continue working with the company without a valid contract, right? Is that what you? Oh, yes, okay.
So the recommendation memo was signed back in December. So the intent was to enter into a contract.
Back in, I'm sorry.
December 3rd is when I believe it was Robert Whittigan, who was acting procurement director at the time, signed the recommendation memo.
But the contract ended October, right? You just said October, I think.
Let me retract that statement.
Okay.
The original contract was to end in October. However, the amendment was taken place or put into place and ended in January.
So an amendment was signed in October to extend it to January?
So it's two contracts. This is a new contract that starts in February. The old one, the previous contract, the original term ended in October. We amended it and extended it to January 31st in hopes that this contract would have been before commission prior to it being retro.
So it ended in October,
We amended it
and then you amended it until
January 31st in the hopes that this contract would have made it before commission prior to it being retroactive.
Okay, so when did the RFP go out for the bid? Did it go out in October or?
No, this went out over a year ago.
And I know you weren't here, the director of procurement switched in that meantime. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Commissioner Kinlock?
Okay, so my question is, do extensions or exercising of options, does that have to come before the commission for approval?
Yes,
What about amendments? I consider amendments as extensions as well.
yes.
Okay, so amendments also have to come before the commission as well. So my concern is that a lot of issues have been raised regarding this whole process. And it's absolutely within the purview of the legislative body to take a review of the procurement ordinance, because this has brought to light a number of very concerning practices and also interpretations and certain levels of discretions that have been used in this instance. In the solicitation documents process packet was all statutes that govern this type of activities by bidding and, procurement, were all of the statutory guidelines and laws included in our process.
Through the chair. So yes, when this IFB went out, it included all of our standard language. There was an extension that was done or an amendment during the solicitation time that extended the due date for it. So it was on the street publicly for over 30 days, which is our practice. There was a public opening of the bids that was done, I believe it was the 20th of June, let me see. Yep, July 7th is when the bid closed. The solicitation itself went out to 134 direct solicitations. We received 4 bids. Those 4 bids were then tallied and based on what was received, evaluation credits were applied. And then there was a recommendation memo issued by the department or by procurement recommending for award to the department. And that's what constituted the contract that's before you today.
Okay, so the amendment, you mentioned that the amendment was, I guess, extension amendment went out. At that time, the old contract was, or current, or however you were phrasing it, but that you were operating up under, that ended in October. There were 2 companies, correct?
That is correct.
So did the amendment go out for both companies or just one? So both companies. Okay, so as I asked in the committee meeting, an end date for a contract is an end date. That's the end date of it. And if you go past that end date and continue to utilize that company or those services, in order for them to get paid, you have to come before us to get retroactive approval. Is that correct? Okay, so my concern is that the retroactive, even if you anticipate bringing forward a recommendation to the commission in hopes and anticipate that the commission will approve it, that the end date must be the end date. Retroactive actions need to stop and cease. And that's something that we've been talking about. And so, like I said, among a number of issues that have come out from this discussion, we absolutely will be in consultation and under direction of the chair, will be looking at the procurement ordinance. Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Baydun.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This item was discussed extensively in our committee, and for the sake of the other commissioners who were not there and some of the people who are here, I mean, I asked this question, Mr. Wagner, in the event that J&T Towing does not perform according to the terms of the contract, what will happen? Will this go to the second lowest bidder in terms of picking up the slack or the task, if you will?
Through the chair, yes, through ITB's normal practices. If the awardee or the lowest bidder is unable to perform services, then an award would be made to the second lowest bidder.
And again, what I mentioned in the committee meeting, this is nothing against Gosh and Sons. They've been around for 100 years, I believe. Things could change in the future. But I think as a committee member, we trusted the analysis and the judgment of, the administration procurement for this contract. So, I mean, I will be supporting this contract, but I have to ask these questions in the event things don't go right for us in Wayne County. Thank you, Mr. Wagner.
Thank you. Commissioner Marecki.
Thank you. Just for my clarification, the two amendments that you were talking about, did the commission approve both amendments?
Through the chair, one amendment was approved by commission. The second is under review currently.
Okay, so we haven't approved both amendments. And tell me again, I know you mentioned this in our committee, but the amount of money in those amendments, 17,000, 21,000, somewhere in there?
I believe the pending amendment was 22,000 or just under 22,000.
Okay.
Approximately was to pay invoices for services that were rendered. The other one. Right.
That's okay. It's around there. So just one last question. When did we approve that first amendment? What month?
I would have to look at that and get back with you.
Round.
But it had to been around, I wanted to say, right before the contract ended in October
Right, thank you.
for J&T, and the Gosh one is in commission's queue, and we're, yes.
Any additional questions on this report? Commissioner Wilson?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Pinch me if I'm wrong. Again, if you look at five in the IFB, 5.3.2 special incentives, which you alleged everybody got all the bidders, all the vendors had an opportunity to read this language. So I'm a layman. So if I read this language, sir, Wayne County is interested in any other special programs and alternative recommendations that bidders may have. It says, please discuss these programs such as customer employee retail discounts, return policies, trade-in programs, allowing the return of new product not needed, quantity discounts, green product offering, Michigan-made products. Then the final sentence says, it is expected that Wayne County will see an offer for administrative fees and rebates to assist in the operation of this consortium. So as a layman reading that, ain't nowhere in the world I'm looking at that and saying I can give you a 10% discount if I'm the only vendor, or 3% if you get the submittal within the 30 days or 45 days or whatever it was. So to Commissioner Kinlock's point, this language needs to be, I think this language needs to be clarified, needs to be more specific. I'm thinking about apples and oranges when I'm reading this. And I see what the protest is, and I see what the logic was from the procurement department. It's very befuddling to the average person. And if I can't understand what that means, how in the heck could any vendor understands what that means? I mean, so I'm just trying to make a point, because this is very confusing to a lot of folks, and we got to do better. We got to do a lot better. Thank you, sir.
Any additional questions, discussion on the report? Any items on the report? Thank you all for answering those questions. We have a motion by Commissioner Marecki and a second by Commissioner Dobb, and I see Commissioner Peterson Mayberry.
I just had the abstention on item number 7.
Yes, okay.
Okay, duly noted.
Yes, thank you. Commissioners Anderson,
Yes, Madam Chair, I'd like to be recorded as a no vote on 7.
Commissioners. Thank you.
Duly noted.
Right, please vote. Vote yes, Commissioner Bigger McCormick, it will note you as a no on 7. Okay, thank you.
Madam Clerk,
We're going through the tally now. Hold, please.
didn't hear it
Noted.
repeated, that's all.
We're tallying up.
The motion on item number 7 failed.
7 failed. Items 1 through 6 passed. Duly noted. And Commissioner Council,
Through the chair, is there another motion for item number 7? Otherwise, it's sitting. We need a motion. Item 7, options to reject, refer to committee, pass for the day.
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Marecki first as the chair of the
You know what,
committee.
can I ask what the vote was on 7?
So for item number 7, abstentions, I have Commissioner Wilson, Commissioner Scott, and Commissioner Peterson Mayberry. For noes, I have Commissioner Anderson and Commissioner Baker McCormick. And then we have 3 commissioners who are excused today.
That was 5.
I'm going to offer to pass it for the day.
support.
There's a motion to pass number 7 for the day. The options are to pass for the day, to reject, or to send, reject or pass for the day. There's a motion to pass for the day. Commissioner Garcia, did you have a,
No, I was just supporting that.
right? So we have a motion to pass number 7 for the day.
Excuse me,
Yes.
point of clarification, please, council.
2 seconds recess.
I'm going to offer pass it for the day.
Commissioner Marecki moves to pass item 7 for the day. Commissioner Dobbs supported that. I don't have who, I gotta ask by your name. Who, Commissioner Kinlock supported that? Now we have to vote on passing for the day. Okay, let us know when the board is ready to pass for the day or to vote one way or the other to pass for the day. Okay, the board is now open and the motion on the table is to pass item 7 for the day. Yeah, my thing's not working, but yeah.
Question.
Yeah.
And passing for the day
clarification,
means that
why-
it comes back to the full board at the next meeting.
Okay, we just rejected it, but we're
It wasn't rejected. The motion was to pass for the, it could have been a motion to reject, or it could have been a motion to pass for the day.
The motion for number 7
Mhm.
was for approval.
Correct, and approval didn't
So
prevail.
that didn't,
No, that doesn't reject it. That just say yes or no to approving it, and that didn't prevail. So now the options are to pass for
so
the day.
this is the second motion to pass it for today,
Yeah,
even though it was rejected.
it wasn't rejected, it wasn't
Approved,
approved.
rather.
That it could have
Okay.
been a motion to reject, there could have been a motion to pass for the day. The motion that was made was to pass for the day. Everybody understand? So now we're voting on the motion to pass this item for the day, which means it comes back at the next full board meeting. Another motion, I'm sorry, the other motion could have been to refer to committee, but that motion was not made. So we could have moved to refer to committee, pass for the day, or to reject. So the motion that we just voted on was to pass for the day.
Madam Chair, so it's passing for the day and then we'll bring it back to.
Pass for the day automatically comes back to full board
Right,
at the next meeting.
To discuss the same item and
Again.
the same issues in
Correct.
this item.
Correct.
Is it going to be amended or some
Good.
changes in the meantime?
Good.
Okay, so that's why I was kind of thrown off, because why wouldn't it just go back to committee and they could
That
work
could have been a
through that?
motion, but it wasn't.
Okay. All right.
Motion carries.
Yeah. I know. Yes. And you do want to bring it back to full board next week as opposed to committee? Is that the will of the body?
Oh, I was just trying to figure out if there are going to be any modifications if you bring it back. If you
And I
pass
will, and
bring
I
it
will
back.
remind everyone that
Because
the
why would you
next
bring the same
meeting,
thing back if?
the next meeting will be May 7th, which will be next week, Thursday, just as a reminder. That'll be the next full board meeting.
Madam Chair,
Mr. Palomero.
thank you. As I understand, there's a number of excused absences for May 7th because of other conflicting meetings. Is that accurate?
Accurate.
So is that the day we want to deal with this next?
Madam Chair, point of order. Question to council is pass for a day, or can we pass for a
Date certain.
date certain?
Item could be passed for a day certain.
Oh,
I
okay.
believe that this vote has taken place, so we would need a reconsideration. And then you can do a day certain, or you can let it go to next week and then they can pass it for the day again.
Okay, so I would recommend,
So when we get to reconsideration,
Thank you,
we
Madam
can
Chair.
reconsider the vote.
okay,
But
thank
right
you.
now, everyone has voted to pass this item for the day, which means it will come back on next Thursday. Now, we do have reconsiderations at the end of the meeting whereby we can make another motion, or someone can make another motion. And the other motion can be to reject, to committee, or to date certain. Commissioner Palomero.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I hope one last question on this item for right now. Just who is doing the towing for the county right now? What companies are doing the towing for Wayne County? Are both companies? Is any company doing towing? Just J&T? Only J&T is doing the towing right now. Thank you.
I'm sorry, did you have a?
I was going to answer the question. It's already been indicated that this contract is retroactive and they've been working since February 1st. So I would imagine that they would continue to do so until this item is definitively decided, whether that's up or down.
Thank you all for that discussion. We'll go to the next committee report.
We're moving to report C from the Committee on Ways and Means. There are 2 items listed.
Madam Chair, move approval of the entire report.
Open your public hearing.
Oh, sorry. See? Madam Chair, move to open up the public hearing.
Public hearing, been moved to open up public hearing. Is there support? Supported by Commissioner Baidoon to open up the public hearing on item number 1. First reading was on April 14th. It's gone to committee and now it is here for second reading and vote. All in favor of opening up for second reading? Please vote. This is to open up
Yes.
the public hearing. Please vote. Commissioner Garza? Please vote. Thank you. Public hearing is now open for item number 1. Road Ordinance 89-951, compensation ordinance update to reflect compensation. Anyone from the public wish to discuss this item? Anyone on Zoom? Any cards?
No, ma'am.
Anyone in the chamber to discuss this item? Amendment to compensation ordinance. Anyone for public comments on this item? Third time, anyone, public comments on this item? Hearing none, is there a motion to close public
So
hearing?
move, Madam Chair.
Moved in support to close public hearing. Let me know when we can vote. Please vote to close public hearing.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Now Commissioner Kinlock.
Madam Chair, move approval of the entire report of Committee on Ways and Means.
Supported by Vice Chair Pro Tem Baydoun. I would like discussion on item number 2, which is the Wayne County Equalization Report. Scott, if you could please give us the report that you gave to Ways and Means on the Equalization Report, which is why we're meeting today.
Thank you, ma'am, for the opportunity to address this body. Scott Vandenbergel, Director of Assessment and Equalization for Wayne County. As the chair mentioned, this is the reconvened equalization meeting. The initial portion of the meeting was held 2 weeks ago on the 14th, and that was in conformance with the statute requiring that date to hold the meeting. At this time, we now have all the assessment rolls and reports from all the 43 local communities. All assessment rolls are in good order and all matters are balanced. So the valuations that I spoke of a couple of weeks ago are still the same numbers with no amendments. And we still recommend the equalization, county equalization of all assessed values as originally put forth by the local assessors. In other words, all communities would be recommended to receive a factor of 1.0. So in other words, everyone did their jobs at the local level and they're to be commended for that. So we would ask that the commission take no specific action to add or subtract valuation from the local assessment values. Just very quickly, to reiterate for the benefit of those in the room, the assessed values for this year were up 4.86%. And the taxable values, the tax base was also up 4.86%. So both things trending in a very positive direction. And there was one thing I was briefing DCEO Turfy and CFO Wallace at a meeting a couple of days ago, and the DCEO brought out, asked a question to me and brought out a very good point that he asked about the relationship between the taxable value and the assessed value. And that stands now at the lowest, and that's lowest in this context being a good thing. So taxable value divided by assessed value, so basically 60 billion divided by 90 billion. It's about 68% is the specific number. So what that really means in common parlance would be, we would be able to endure a 30 billion with a B dollar drop, or approximately a 1/3 drop in property values before our tax base and our tax bills and our tax revenue would even be affected. So in other words, we have the post-pandemic real estate market has been very good to us in the sense of adding wealth and adding assessed value. So we have a very, very solid cushion before our tax base were to be affected during another recession. And just by way of example, too, in 2008, in the subsequent years during the great financial crisis, Great Recession, the tax base did not endure that much of a hit. So we would be protected even if such a thing were to occur again. Obviously, that we wish that it would not. So we're in excellent shape, and that has a very favorable effect. The quality of our tax base has a very favorable effect on the bond rating and the financial position of the county because its property tax income stream is very well protected and cushioned because of the solid market values.
Very good. I'm very happy to hear this. This is good news for Wayne County that we're up approximately 4.86% for our assessed values of our properties. So that means good news for us as far as our revenue is concerned. So thank you. I'm glad that all 43 communities were able to get the information needed so that you could do your work and on time-ish. So we appreciate it. Thank you. Any questions for Scott on the assessment report? Vice Chair Potem Badun?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you for the in-depth analysis, Scott. This is good news, the fact that there's a big gap between the taxable value and the assessed value. In the event was the market to drop, we would not reach that taxable value level. So we have a big cushion, so to speak, correct?
Very much so, yes. Yes, we would have to have a protracted downturn for multiple years. We'd have to have 10% over the course of 3 years or 5 or 6% over 5 years. And that was not even our experience during the Great Recession. So we're very well protected from our tax base wise from an economic downturn. So we're in an excellent position there.
I know you mentioned that in our meeting at the Ways and Means. Can you mention 2 or 3 of the communities that saw the biggest increase in their assessed value, like any specific cities that jump out at you?
Everything in Wayne County is on the positive side of things. So the residential real estate class on the average probably went up about between 4 to 6%, maybe mid single digits. And other classes of property between commercial and industrial varied around the county. The tax base in all classes of property continues to be very strong. And in the personal property class, we continue to see commercial and industrial acquisitions of personal property, of business equipment, tangible equipment. So that's another indicator of health. During a recession, that pulls back and that value drops down because companies don't buy anything and then the equipment loses value through depreciation. That number continues to rise. So that shows another indicator of economic health where businesses are continuing to make a reinvestment into their tangible assets to do business and expanding and keep their stabilization of their companies.
Thank you, Scott.
Thank you.
Thank you, Scott. Any additional discussion or questions on the equalization report? All right. Thank you, Scott. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Okay, moved by Commissioner Kinlock, the report for both items, supported by Vice Chair Pro Tem Badun. Please vote.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Next item.
We're on report D from the Committee on Health and Human Services. There are 3 items listed on pages 7 and 8 of the agenda.
Commissioner Scott?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move approval on items 1 and 2. And I'd like to pass number 3 for the day.
Passing number 3, and that's the Health Human Services disbursement of funds for the grant. Okay. Okay. Moved by Commissioner Scott, supported by Commissioner Baker McCormick. Discussion, Commissioner Angelique Peterson Mayberry.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to be the maker of motion item number 1. I would just like to state to my colleagues, I spent some extensive time over at this location since committee, and I'm really proud of the community support and even the support from the city of Detroit with the investment and the partnership with Wayne County Community College. I invite my colleagues to join me and come over and look at the facility. I think the organization leaders are here. They are here, but I just, to the colleagues, I just want to say that I think you would be thoroughly impressed with having something like this directly in the community, right on Puritan Street in the neighborhood. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Kinlock? Commissioner Kinlock?
Yes, Madam Chair, I would like to be the maker of the motion on item number 3. Thank you.
Item number 3 is
That's
passed for the
passed for
day.
today? Okay, thank you.
Commissioner Marecki?
Thank you. I'd like to be a no on number 1.
Thank you. Commissioner Dodd?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'll be a no on item number 1.
Duly noted.
Commissioner Garza?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to be listed as a no on item number 1.
Duly noted.
Committee on Health and Human Services report, again moved by Commissioner Scott, supported by Commissioner Baker McCormick. Please vote.
Madam Chair.
Uh-oh, I'm sorry, Commissioner Scott.
Yes, thank you. As the commissioner for that district where this facility is located, and she has been out there, and I just would hope that my colleagues would give this community a vote on this today because that's what we should be about, is helping our communities. Whether it's the community that we represent or not. But we are the Wayne County, and we ought to treat all people alike. So I would hope that my colleagues would give them an opportunity because they have been doing a great job. And they are here today to let you know that they really do need this for the community.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you,
Very
Madam
well
Chair.
stated. Commissioner Anderson?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to ask if there's someone from the organization here or if the chair of the committee would be able to tell us. This organization, is it open to the public or is it private membership?
We have the Director of Economic Development here as well,
Director.
Mr. Cartwright.
Good morning, Anthony Cartwright, and the Director of Economic Development. Right now I have Erica Clark, the Corporate Officer for Liberian Association of Michigan, and also members from the community are here also. I think they were going to save their speaking to public comment. However, if you would allow them to speak now, that would be advantageous. Erica.
Good morning, Commission.
Good morning.
Just to respond to you, yes, the community is open to the public.
Services are provided to the public, not
Yes.
just members, correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. You can stay there. Commissioner Baker McCormick? Oh, okay. All right. Okay. We'll stay on here. Any additional questions for the organization for item number 1? Vice Chair Otem?
Madam Chair, thank you. I'd just like to make a comment.
Yes.
I fully support my colleague, Commissioner Scott, and yes, we are commissioners to advocate for all the communities in Wayne County, and I will fully support this item, Commissioner Scott. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Kinlock?
Yes, Madam Chair. So let me just ask, so within this agreement, are there reporting mechanisms where the committee and particularly the commission would be made aware of the progress associated with this program or these dollars? Are there reporting mechanisms and how regular are those reports?
All right, so we did establish KPIs with the agreement. They're going to serve at least 300 residents. At least 65% of those residents have to report for improved food security. And they must give us some reports on their disease prevention and healthy meal preparation metrics. So we do have some KPIs in it for it.
So how long have this program been operating in this community? We all are very familiar with the stresses in this community and the need for this type of support. But how long has this group been providing and working within this community?
25 years.
25 years. So that speaks to the commitment of this organization. And one thing these dollars will do is help this organization grow out. Is that correct? It will help it begin to grow out and build out its infrastructure and its support staff. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Beck, Commissioner Peterson Mayberry.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you to my colleague for lifting that up. You know, I would just hope that we have the same level of governance over all of when things come forward. So as we're talking about KPIs and talking about oversight, let's have that as the standard across the entire county, not just for individual spaces. And so for those who do not support, again, I open myself up to meet you over there at that facility and walk through. As we were there yesterday, people were driving up yesterday while we were there, and the facility is undergoing some additional renovations. And I know there's some grants and things of that nature, but I just wanted to put that on the record, Madam Chair.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Commissioner Dodd?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Commission Counsel raised a number of legal questions regarding this item, including subcontractors that have not been verified or identified in violation of the procurement ordinance. I'd just like to ask Commission Counsel to discuss this and any other legal concerns that she has regarding this item.
Through the chair to this honorable body, as indicated, the subcontractors, so the procurement ordinance requires that anytime a contract comes before this body, the subcontractor should be identified, so we know exactly who the county's contracting with and who's getting the funds. In this instance, like most of the other ARPA-related contracts, the administration has not identified who the subcontractors are. They did indicate that once they identify the supplier and an architect that they will advise this body, but again, that's not in compliance with the ordinance. They've told us that before, and I don't know that we've actually gotten those reports for the other contracts that we've done, but this is the standard for whatever reason with regards to these ARPA-related, post-ARPA, because these are general fund dollars, but these type of contracts. With regards to the other bullet points and comments that were in the analysis, it wasn't clear based on the way the contract was presented with regards to the public purpose, meaning if you're going to do the kitchen, it should be clear who's getting access to the kitchen and the use. So we had a lot of questions regarding who would actually have access to it for free as opposed to the commercial use, which is there's fee for. And it just wasn't clear. And that's why you had the bullets in here to make sure that to satisfy the public purpose, the public should actually have access, and we should know who's having access, when they can have access, and all of that just wasn't set forth and it wasn't clarified at committee.
Because, yeah, I do see that a fee will be charged to individuals and businesses who wish to utilize the kitchen for commercial use. So I'm not clear if this is, I guess it is open to the public, but for a fee, and we don't know what the fee structure is.
I would like to speak to that. So the charging of the fee to those who are not part of the programming that's used to sustain the program, that fee is not being charged to those who we service or those who are a participant of the program.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. And I guess to Council's point, this contract is not unlike the hundreds of contracts we've already approved where it didn't have a list of subcontractors. This is pretty par for the course. They provide the contract and then they provide the subcontractors at a later date. So that is nothing different than the hundreds of contracts that we've approved over the last 2 years with ARPA funds. Commissioner Kinlock.
Yes, okay. I also heard council say that as far as the fee structure, can you, as part of this action, be required to submit the fee structure, any changes to that fee structure during the term of this contract? Okay.
I also did a market analysis of other community kitchens in the area, and our fee will be on par with those.
And you can tie that to that as well, submit that, have that part of that whole report as well. I think that
Yes.
would be good as well. And thank you, like the chair did say, we've moved many of these other ARPA projects in the past without the subcontractors ahead of time. And so we'd like to also, I'm sure, is in this agreement that once you have subcontractors, that you provide us with that information as well. Hopefully you provided where other folks hadn't yet.
I would just like to add that we have previously worked with the city of Detroit with ARPA funds. We were fully compliant.
Okay.
So we have a great experience with working with that. I actually led that with also our treasurer, so yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Thank you. Any additional questions on this particular item? And I'll just end with, thank you for putting yourself out there, and thank you for the work that you do in the community. The City of Detroit recognizes it. The County of Wayne recognizes it through the Economic Development Department, which is why we're here today, because they see the value to Wayne County residents for this type of engagement. So we thank you for coming today, and good luck in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you. There was another item on the agenda that Commissioner Baker McCormick had a question on.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This item speaks to support the well-being of our employees.
And I'm sorry, look at yours, referring to item number 2.
Item number 2.
Okay.
And I just wanted to know what the mindfulness education looks like, if anyone can talk to that. Love the idea, but I just wanted to
Thank
get
you.
some additional information.
Myra Teta, the Development Officer for Health, Human, and Veteran Services. Madam, if you can repeat the question, I'm sorry.
It talks to employee well-being, engagement, and connection through a mix of mindfulness, education, and team building experiences. So what does the mindfulness education look like?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what I was asking.
Yeah, so through the chair, our mindfulness activities, we're going to have a contractor come in to be able to help us understand what different mindfulness activities. So it might be deep breathing, it might be yoga, it might be other exercises for the staff. But this is a grant that we've received also last year for our staff members as well to participate and really be able to help us with dealing with the high stress positions that we have.
And where does that take place?
This will take place at Nankin Mills Park. And we also have professional development activities that occur at our different locations, the Health Administration Building and here in the Guardian as well.
The idea, because this, environment can be very stressful and, yes, it's a great thing for our employees. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we have a motion to approve 1 and 2 and to pass for the day number 3, moved by Commissioner Scott, supported by Commissioner Baker McCormick. Please vote.
Motion carries. And I have Commissioners Daub and Garza as a no on item number 1, and Commissioner Peterson Mayberry as the maker of the motion on item number 1.
Marecki?
Commissioner Marecki is also noted as a no on item number 1.
Both items passed. Okay. Next, committee report?
Yes. We're moving to report E from the Committee on Public Safety, Judiciary, and Homeland Security. There are 5 items listed on pages 8 and 9 of the agenda.
Commissioner Garza?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to move approval of items number 1 through 5 and have Commissioner Kinlock be the maker of the motion of item number 3.
Move. Okay, what are we doing here? Hold on 1 second. Moved by Commissioner Garza and supported by Mayberry. This is for the public safety report. Any discussion on the public safety report? Any discussion on the item in the public safety report? Hearing none, please vote.
Motion carries. I have Commissioner Kenlack as the maker of the motion on item number 3.
Next item.
We're moving to report F from the Committee on Government Operations. There are 3 items listed on pages 9 and 10 of the agenda.
Okay, and Commissioner Kara Clemente is absent. Commissioner Wilson?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Committee on Government Operations met on April the 22nd at 12 noon in room 704. And we discussed extensively the items 1 through 3. Therefore, at this juncture, I would recommend accept and approval of items 1, 2, and 3.
Moved by Commissioner Wilson, supported by Commissioner Peterson Mayberry. Any discussion on the 3 items on the government operations report? Discussion? Hearing none, please vote.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Next item.
Thank you.
Upcoming meetings.
All right, so we have Committee on Ways and Means today at 11:30 and the Wayne County Ethics Task Force today at 1 p.m. Next item.
We're moving to new business, immediate consideration. There are none listed. Item B, testimonial resolutions and certificates of appreciation. There are 11 items listed.
Was happy to present Miss Freya Butler, a longtime native Detroiter, for her 90th birthday. You would not even know she's 90. She's so spry and so together, and she is a pillar of our community. And she was also my second grade teacher. But I wish her a very happy 90th birthday, and she is very active in community, both local and statewide. Is there a motion for the testimony, resolutions, and appreciation? Moved by Commissioner Peterson Mayberry, supported by Vice Chair Pro Tem Baydoun. Commissioner Becky McCormick, discussion?
To speak to Theo Broughton, birthday, can I be added to that?
Sure.
Okay, and it has his birthday instead of her birthday for Theo, so just want to correct that. Theo has, through Hood Research, does so much in the community for people in the community, and I just want to say happy birthday to her. Thank you.
Yes, Theo's birthday was last week, Friday, so we are excited to have her as an active member of my community as well, throughout the whole city of Detroit. Commissioner Scott?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to be added to Theo Broughton too.
Absolutely.
This is a woman that has just been phenomenal in the community. The research and stuff that she has done, there's none other like her.
Yes, you are absolutely
So I
right.
wish her a happy birthday also.
Thank you. I will let her know as well.
Yes.
Commissioner Peterson Mayberry?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to be added to honoring Mama Frida Butler, as we call her, Mama Butler. To your point that you raised earlier, she absolutely one would not think that she has reached a ripe, tender age of 90. As she's active with NAACP, she's active in her community, serving as the previous chair of the community relations for the 2nd Precinct. So thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Commissioner Killock?
Yes, Madam Chair, I'd like to be added to Theo Broughton's birthday recognition as well. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Commissioner Scott?
Yes, thank you. I'm sorry I didn't see this one. Pastor Richard R. White, I would certainly love to be added to that, Commissioner. Just an excellent person.
Duly noted. Thank you. All in favor of the testimony, resolution, and certificate of appreciation, please vote.
Motion carries.
Item, please.
We're on page 12 of the agenda, memoriams. There are 7 names listed.
Well, I think we all want to continue to support and keep in the prayers of our dear colleague, Cara Clemente, on the passing of her husband, Paul Clemente. Had a beautiful mass service on Monday and viewing on Sunday. The community really came out to celebrate his life. So let's all continue to keep Commissioner Clemente in our prayers and her children, their children in our prayers during this most difficult time. Again, Paul, I only really met him once, but that one time he was certainly a character. We hung out. I won't even say what we're doing. We were hung out. We had a great time, but Paul was something else. And his community certainly came out to recognize how special he was to each and every one of them. So we want to, again, just continue to keep Commissioner Clemente in our prayers during this most difficult time. Are there any other acknowledgements on the memoriams? Vice Chair Pro Tem Baydun.
Madam Chair, I'd like to add a name, Mrs. Haji Miriam Aris Samhat passed away yesterday, and she's a Dearborn resident. I extend my sincere condolences to her family. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Any additional names? Hearing none, if we could all please rise for a moment of silence. Thank you all for that. Next item.
Public comments.
Anyone on Zoom for public comments? No hands raised on Zoom. Anyone in the chambers for public comments? Do we have any cards? Okay, if anyone is for public comments, you can come to the microphone. Anyone for public comments can come to the microphone. And you have 2 minutes each.
Morning, Commission. I teared up for a moment, so please excuse me. But I just want to give just a strong thank you. And through my faith in God, I knew that our dreams and our aspirations for District 5 would pass today. So thank you so much. And in preparation for the passing, I wrote a thank you letter to the Commission. On behalf of District 5 and the Liberian Association of Michigan, I extend our deepest gratitude for your support and approval of the community kitchen projects. We are truly honored and thankful for your belief in our vision and our commitment to investing in communities that are rich in culture, resilience, and potential. Your support affirms that the residents we serve are seen, valued, and deserving of meaningful opportunity. We would like to extend a special thank you to Chair Bell for your leadership and your continued support of initiatives that strengthen Wayne County. Your dedication to community-centered development does not go unnoticed. We are especially grateful to District 5 Commissioner Mayberry for you championing this cause. Your advocacy, voice, and unwavering commitment does not go unnoticed. Thank you so much. Because of your leadership and community-first approach, this vision is now becoming a reality. This investment will do more than build a kitchen. It will serve and create opportunity that will expand access to healthy food, provide pathways for small business development, and strengthen community connection through culture and shared experiences. It represents hope, growth, and sustainability for the residents we proudly serve. We also extend our sincere appreciation to Warren C. Evans, Asad Turfy, Anthony Cartwright, Lucius Anthony, Walter Thompson, Darcel Brown, and James Heath, and the entire economic development team for your guidance, partnership, and dedication. LAM remains committed to delivering this project with excellence, transparency, and lasting impact. We look forward to continuing our partnership with Wayne County as we serve to work together to uplift and empower our communities. Thank you again. We truly, truly appreciate you all, and we will not let you down. I'm the compliance officer, so.
All right, all right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Are there additional public comments?
Good morning, Commissioner, members of the Commissioner. I'm Winifred Faulkner, a proud member of Liberian Association of Michigan. I want to thank you all for helping us with this kitchen because I'm a baker, I'm a cook, and I have been with the community for decades. And this will really help me to improve my cooking and my baking, and I'll be able to help in the community where senior citizens can come to the hall and we cook because cooking is an art. And when you are cooking, it helps you move around physically, mentally, and spiritually. And we'll be able to help the community. The children, our children are so proud of our community. And we give them more time to come and be able to participate with us. I just want to thank you all very much, very, very much. You have opened a door for all of us. Thank you.
Good morning, Commissioner. I am from Mata. I'm also a member of the LAM community, and I am a retired teacher with the Detroit Public School after 26 years. I've invited my students and my parents on countless time to come to our community center. So it's a partnership. The children of Detroit live in my heart. And so our community is just not a community for the Liberian Association, but it's a community for the children of Detroit, the people of Detroit. And so we really, really appreciate you. And Miss Mayberry, she forgot, she used to come to my class sometimes and she would teach to my, read to my students. And I remember you. Thank you all so very much. We really, really appreciate everything.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Dr. Mariama Nagby. I'm a child that was raised by the Liberian Association of Michigan. So it's not just me that represents the impact that this organization has done for decades, but I hope that I also represent the promise of the future of what it means to invest in our community. As a long-term educator who studied education, but also has benefited and also experienced barriers of education, we are recognizing that schooling needs to happen outside of the walls of educational institutions. I also want to uplift the unique diversity of those who are in our communities. We're talking about veterans, we're talking about children, we're talking about elderly communities that are often forgotten about. What does it mean now that we're able to build intergenerational bridges in the community that we serve? 48227 is on the map, and it is because of your interest and trust in what we're able to do. We want to say thank you, and the work is going to continue to thrive.
Good morning. My name is Will Marquez. I want to tell this committee and this commission thank you. And Commissioner Bell, thank you. I am the executive director of the Detroit Collaborative Design Center and the designer and architect on this project. I've had the pleasure of working with this organization for the better part of a year, both on the ARPA project that's currently being completed and then moving forward. As we've designed this space, we have taken extra steps to ensure its publicness, both in a entry gallery for local artists and also a tasting room that will be part of the community kitchen. This is a critical part as we see a number of culinary endeavors of the city. We have to grow that type of talent in our neighborhoods. There's a lot of cooking going on in our homes, but I think what the county and what the city would like is that people come to these types of kitchens so that they can cook in a safe environment and be able to feed our neighbors and each other in a great way. So again, I want to both show my support and also offer my thanks.
Thank you. Any additional public comments at this time? Last time for public comments. Okay, thank you very much. Next item, please.
Reconsiderations.
Madam Chair.
Commissioner Kinlock.
Madam Chair, I move to reconsider item 7.
So let's do this. I think we have to open up the board for reconsiderations first, and
Okay.
then you can make your reconsideration motion.
Okay. Madam Chair, I move to open up reconsideration.
Okay, yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, yes. There's a motion to reconsider
Item
items.
number 7 for
Item 7.
report B from the Public Services Committee.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll support that.
Okay. Move to reconsider item number 7 on the Public Services Report. It's been moved and supported. Please vote to reconsider. Okay. So now
Motion carries.
the reconsideration is open. Commissioner Barrett. This is just the open reconsideration. Okay,
Or a yes for opening the reconsideration.
just opening, yes. Okay, Commissioner Marecki.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would like to make a motion on item 7 for item 7 on report B.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. Thank
Sorry
you,
about that.
Madam Clerk.
We were all looking at the board, so yes. Okay, I'll start over again. I'd like to make a motion on item 7 on report B to move this item to the June 4th full board meeting.
Okay, so the motion is to move item 7 to the June 4th full board meeting. So we're moving it date certain. Any discussion on the motion? Commissioner Palomero.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So just to clarify, the first motion reconsidered the item that was passed for the day,
Yes.
which would have brought it up at the next meeting. So since that was reconsidered, now there's a new motion to put it on the June 4th full board meeting.
Yes.
Very good. Thank you.
Any discussion on that motion? Commissioner Scott?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. We'll have the same discussion. I know the chair, she wants to do this, but I believe in order for us to discuss it, we need a meeting. So it should go back to the committee.
So the motion has already been made. I'll ask if the maker of the motion wants to consider that. Does the maker of the motion want to consider it going back to committee or just a full board?
I don't. With all due respect, I'm just going to stick with my motion.
Okay, so if that motion fails, Commissioner, if this motion fails, then you can make the motion for committee. So right now on the floor, we have a motion to move the item to the June 4th full board. Commissioner Kinlock.
Yes, and I just want to mention, if you could remember, we did move this item back to the committee in order so that it would have full complement of members, as well if there's any issues that needed to be asked at that time. And I think to make the point what the member Scott just raised, pretty much the discussion and information regarding this is pretty much all out there, pretty much out there. We all have received a lot of calls, a lot of information and communications. And so I think moving it to this date is allowing, once again, for full complement of commissioners to be able to vote on this. Yeah.
Thank you. Any additional discussion on the motion to reconsider?
Madam Chair.
Commissioner Baker McCormick.
I questioned why we voted it down. Voted not to approve, which is
not the same.
Not approval, right?
Not the same. Not the same.
So the item, for most items, is either recommending approval. We vote them up or down, right?
We vote on to approve, and then we have to have a subsequent motion to reject, a motion to reject, or a motion to move back to committee, or a motion to pass for the day.
Okay. And I guess this is just we're putting it back on the agenda as it is.
That's the motion.
And to vote on the same issue that we just voted not to approve.
It could be another motion at that next meeting. It could be a motion to reject at the next meeting. It could be another motion to do something else at the next meeting. But this puts it back on the agenda.
All right, I don't.
And for clarity, one more time, when we move items on the agenda for full board, we're moving to approve those items. That's the motion that the committee chairs make. If it does not get 8 votes, then it does not move for approval. Someone at that time can then move to reject an item. They can move to have an item go back to committee, or they can move to have that item passed for the next full board meeting. Those are the 3 options that are given to us if an item does not move approval. It's not as simple as this automatically doesn't move approval, that it's automatically rejected. No, you have to have a motion to reject it. And no one made that motion to reject. The motion was just made to pass for the day.
To clarify, so for items on our every full board that we've had, where we either approve and then it is not approved, I guess we had the opportunity to make those other possible motions to reject it,
Yes.
bring it back, and
Yes.
but we choose not to. We just let it go.
That's not-
And
But we don't-
that's basically what we do. So
We move to
That's
approve the
specific
I
items.
just need the rules. I'll look at the rules.
Yes, please.
That's all.
Yes,
Because
okay.
I just don't understand that.
Yep, you move to approve items. That's what we do today.
Right, I get that.
Yeah.
I just, to approve or not approve, in my mind, is what we do at every meeting, not add other layers to the rejection,
Reject.
what we're doing
Yeah.
right now. But,
Because
okay,
99.9% of the time, we move to approve items.
or
Seldom
not
do-
approve them.
Or move to reject. That would be another motion. Move to reject. We don't,
Okay.
and no one typically makes a motion to move to reject, typically.
Well, that wasn't the motion, that.
Right, you're right.
Initially.
Right,
That's what
that
I'm
was
saying.
not the motion.
Okay,
No
I'll
one-
read.
Yeah, no one made that motion.
and
Madam
then
Chair.
we'll go.
Yes.
Madam Chair, when individuals vote opposite of the chair's recommendation, particularly when the move to accept the report or approve the report, that item that is not included, if it doesn't get a majority of vote and is not included in that entire report, a subsequent action is required. So that's basically what you all, it was carved out and it was not part of the main report that moved forward. So a subsequent motion to dispose of that action was necessary, and the motion was to basically pass that item for the day.
Thank you. That's what I just said. Thank you. Commissioner Peterson Mayberry.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So the committee itself, I know, I'm not even on this committee, but coming to that meeting and to my colleague Baydoun's point, we had a lot of conversation about it. And so for the committee members, my colleagues who are not on that committee, I think it's imperative that you get information prior to the June 4th meeting to satisfy your vote, whatever that vote is prior to June 4th. I know there are just some things that came through that you either agree with or you don't in terms of the process. And I know there's some recommendations on how we move forward. And so I just want to make that the point. There's still questions that, I mean, whether you'd like to answer or not, getting answers to the questions is part of this process. And so I just appreciate being recognized. I stand behind my abstention vote. If it's not going back to committee, then the conversation that was had is the conversation that is going to be unless there's something different. So thank you, Madam Chair. Whether we do it today, next week, the 4th, the 7th, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Any additional discussion on the motion to pass for the day into June 4th? Commissioner Wilson?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just for clarification purposes, I think I heard it mentioned earlier, but during the interim, we have JT Towing is going to continue to do business with the county during the period of.
Correct.
So, and I think I heard Director Wagner allude to the fact that the previous contract we had two vendors, towing companies. I think it was Gauch & Sons and JT Towing, if I'm not misspeaking. Both of those individuals were towing previous to the expiration in October of that contract. So once that contract expired, then Gauch & Sons got booted to the side and JT Towing became the exclusive during the retroactive period. I think I heard retroactivity. So I'm just trying to determine if it was a contract, it wasn't extended, right? It was in October, because we have to approve any extensions or amendments.
The amendment was approved in October for JT.
JT.
And Gouch is in the system now to come up to public services, probably the next committee meeting.
Okay, so looks like Gauch was, no, this, okay, so is JT and Towing? It's not Gauch, right? It's not both of them, it's just one. It was two previous to October. Then all of a sudden, after subsequent to October, that deadline or whatever happened during that time, we decided, or it was decided that JT would be the exclusive towing company. Correct?
That's correct.
Through the chair to this honorable body.
Thank you, Counselor. Yeah.
So there was a years ago, there was an RFP or IFB, a solicitation. The contract was awarded to two vendors. That contract expired. There was a new solicitation last year. That solicitation, which is a new solicitation, was awarded to one vendor, J&T, and that is the contract that's before you today.
And I would say that I would remind commissioners that all meetings are on Zoom and you can participate in person if you'd like. But I would ask all commissioners to watch the two public services meetings to hopefully answer any questions that you may have. Of course, the administration is available to take a deeper dive into any questions that you may have, as well as Commission Counsel, because this is important. We want to make sure that when you vote, that you're voting based on the information that you have available. So I would ask that you review the tape to help answer any questions and then seek out the administration for additional questions. And I will ask that of all commissioners of all meetings, please watch the Zoom meetings prior to our full board meetings if you're not able to attend in person, just so you can have a full round picture of the items that are on the committee. As you know, and I've explained earlier to our audience that we operate in committee and not everyone is on the committee, and I understand that. But if there is items that you would like further explanation on and you're not on that committee, you're welcome to attend that committee meeting and to watch the Zoom information so that you're armed with the best information possible when it comes to full board. And a lot of the questions that you may have could be answered if you view those meetings and look at the minutes from those meetings. So it'd be right before us now, we have a motion.
Madam Chair, if I could.
I'm sorry.
Thank you,
Commissioner
Madam
Wilson,
Chair, for
continue,
that.
please. Yes.
So according to the information I have before me, both vendors were given, looks like they were given extensions from October to January. That's Gauch & Sons and JT Towing. And then commencing on February 1st, 2026, looks like JT became the exclusive vendor.
Yes.
So based on the conversations of the commission here, how did JT become the exclusive vendor on February 1st without approval of the commission? I mean, I'm just trying to make this stuff match here. How do you square this circle?
They're called a retroactive, and Commissioner's news for the audience. So it's a retroactive contract, and retroactive contracts can be entered upon, but they're not solidified until the commission votes. So this is one of those cases where they entered into the contract, but they had to come to us to solidify that one way or the other before it can actually become entered into agreement contract. And
Okay,
that's the space that we're in right now.
So playing the devil's advocate, why was Gauch and Sons not given the February 1st,
And that's the question that you would have to
2026
ask,
versus J&T
ask administration,
administration?
ask the administration that. Not right now, though.
Are they sitting here somewhere? I mean,
Not
I'm
right.
just, I'm just
Yeah.
confused as a,
Yeah, that's fine. I think that requires a more in-depth conversation between you and our Director of Procurement.
Madam Chair, I'm sorry, but just wanted to clarify one point. They do not have the authority to approve retroactive contracts.
No,
Correct.
all
Okay.
retroactive contracts has to have the approval of this body in order for them to be a full enacted contract.
I needed them to hear that.
Yeah, that, yes.
but it sounds like they did have the authority to choose one over the other. Okay.
We
Okay,
have a
okay,
motion
all
on the
right, okay.
floor. Please vote.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you.
For your endurance.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Please vote. And this is again moving the item to the June 4th meeting, June 4th, correct? June 4th full board meeting. This is to move it to the 4th. So you're yes?
I need you to say.
Yes.
I need you to say yes.
Yes,
or
no. Motion carries.
All right, we'll see this issue back on the 4th of June. Next item.
Remarks by members.
Remarks by members. Any remarks by members? Commissioner Wilson.
Madam Chair, thank you very much. I would be remiss if I didn't personally congratulate Ms. Clark and her team. It's an honor to see what you are trying to do in the community. And sitting here as a commissioner for the last 14 months, I might as well be real. We've dispersed funds for millions of dollars to various projects. And then we get one for 200,000 and the sky is falling. So as far as I'm concerned, and I think some of my comrades feel the same, this is a very worthy investment and a very worthy cause for the community. And I'm very proud of you all, and I'm proud to support those efforts. So thank you very much. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Any additional remarks by members? Any additional remarks by members? Remember that remarks by members are not to include agenda items. Any remarks by members? Mr. Peterson, maybe.
Madam Chair, I just want to thank all the residents who were able to take advantage of the deed fraud awareness event that we did on last evening, yourself and myself. In having our Wayne County prosecutor and our register of deeds present, there were over 100 people who were present last night. And we are still getting emails around people being extremely gracious and full of gratitude for bringing the resources to the community. And so we talk about that all the time. And I know we say, all you have to do is go down to 400 Monroe. And our community, we can't assume that that is feasible for everyone to do. So bringing them out. So I just want to thank the Register of Deeds office as well as the prosecutor's office for coming out to the event on last evening. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. It was a wonderful event. The community needs to hear that as much as we can bring it to them. So thank you. Any additional remarks by members? So there is a Ways and Means meeting that I suspect will now start at about 12 o'clock. In 5 minutes. Okay, in 5 minutes. And if you want to meet in here, Commissioner, let your committee members know. Okay. Oh, we posted it for upstairs. We posted it for upstairs. We have to, sorry. It's posted for upstairs. Any additional remarks by members?
It's on 7, yes.
Hearing no remarks by members.